What's up guys, Mr. Fat Slim here. So, going to be reviewing this today, the Reload RTA from Kindbright. Now it is a clone, not the original because the original is so expensive. But if I have a look at this, it's the silver one. I've got all that stuff on the side, on the back, nothing on the bottom. And if I open it up, you'll see you get the tank itself, which we'll get to in a little second. You get a little spares bag, so you get some spare O-rings, and you did get some spare grub nuts, but we'll go over that in a little second. And you also did get a spare glass, but I've already used mine because my original glass shattered to pieces. But we'll go over that in a little second. So, this is the tank here, 24mm in diameter. On the bottom you get Reload, shitty serial number, which hasn't to be trusted because it's a clone. Your 510 pin, it's a brass, gold plated I believe, if I remember correctly. It does protrude enough to use on a hybrid. It's static, so more than happy to use that on a hybrid. I've been using it on my little 1111 clone, which is here. I've been using it on this and it works absolutely fine. Bottom airflow, dual airflow, so you get one on this side and one on this side. Whatever you adjust on one side will happen the exact same on the other side, and this is a little bright. There, that's better. So, on this as well, you've got supposed to be kind of knurling, I suppose, but it's kind of more like a laser etched or engraved kind of feeling down here. You've got that on both sides. It does kind of help with the grip, but not too much. Your airflow, it's not too bad. It's a bit stiff, but I mean it's a bit sticky as well, but it's there. On the top you get your gun style drip tip, so your 810 drip tips will fit. Now this one is fucking in there solid, it really is in there solid. Once you've been using it a while and it's kind of lubed up from the condensation, it does get easier to use. You have got your O-ring in there, like most of them. That just pops back in. Now you've got this, all this stuff around the edge, right? This is for kind of grip, I suppose, so you can turn it, and this is how you fill. You unloosen this, or you loosen this rather, for fuck's sake. Loosen that up, and that's how you fill it. So you get your two kidney shaped holes here. You can see your deck straight down the middle. So two kidney shaped holes, nice and big, no issues with that. On this, you'll probably see, if I bring it up a little bit closer, there is some marking around the top here. That came like that. I got this one from Paul over at Vape Don't Smoke. I'll also leave his review to this down below as well. He goes more into depth. I just cover the basics, but he got this from 3F Vape and it did come like that. It was all kind of marked at the top. The threading on this honestly leaves a lot to be desired. It's razor sharp and it's super shit. This here, the kind of cuttings on the top are absolutely, I mean, if you run your finger across them quick enough you will get a little cut, I think. It's not too bad when you're using it. I mean, your lips do sit against them, but I've not had any issues with them hurting my lips or anything, but they are quite sharp, so be aware of that. As I say, the threading on this, it works, but sometimes you can feel a crunch, and sometimes you feel as if it's going to miss a thread for some reason, but it's not the best threading. But I mean, for the price of this, which I'll go over at the end, you wouldn't expect much anyway. If we hold the bottom here and open it up, let's see, we'll spin that round, and this glass does come off eventually. Now this is what it looks like here. You've got your deck and, well, your chimney here, really nice and short, so it does help with the flavour. And as you've seen, you can see through to your deck as well. I've just washed mine up, so there is a couple of wet stains on it. So what I was doing with the original glass was putting it on and just very, very gently pushing it round. I mean, I wasn't hard with it at all, and it just crunched into bits, loads and loads of little bits. which meant I had to take the tank apart, wash it, and yeah, that was fun to say the least. The threading round here as well, we'll go into that in a little second. And here's your deck. So, as you see, this side, where is it? I can't even remember what side it was. I think it's this side here is your positive and this is your negative. You get your grub screws there, so obviously put your coils across the way. You can just do one big coil or you can do two coils like this. These little bits here are your airflow, and down here is where you put your cotton. So your cotton will sit down there. Now you can take this all apart as well. If you unscrew this, I think it's reverse threading, then you can take your deck out and give it a good wash, a good clean and all that. Now this is gold plated, but there has been some bits of it kind of come off and it's went very dull as well, and some of it's come off kind of down here, it's come off, so that's another thing to keep aware of as well, guys. Other than those little bits, I've not had many issues with it, but this is where you put your cotton, so there's loads of room in here. And yeah, the post holes as well, postless holes, are huge as well. I mean, that's a couple of fuse claptons I've got in there, and there's loads and loads of room, so you can fit your big chunky coils in there. And as you see, your air comes straight out. This big hole here hits your coil and then just goes up the way. So yeah, what we'll do is I'm going to put it on a mod, and then I'll get it wicked up off camera, because if you watch the last review of the Wasp Nano, you'll see that I'm not too good at doing it on camera because of my shakes. So we'll get this wicked up and I'll come back and show you how it's done. So that's it wicked up, guys. Hopefully you can see it here, it's a bit kind of bright. Hopefully if I turn this down a bit, there you go. So when you're wicking it up, all you want to do is you want to basically make sure that it's just under the kind of the first couple of threading rings there. You just want it just sitting in there, nice and kind of loose, but not too loose and not too tight either, or else you'll get dry hits. So you can barely see some of it popping down below. So you just want it just sitting in there, nice and fluffy, so you don't get a dry hit, and make sure that none is hovering over those airflow holes there as well. And that's it. So yeah, we'll get it juiced up. What we're going to use, I think we'll use, what is it, Tom House. Tom House is one I got from Dutch Amsterdam. It's a really nice flavour. This one won, I think it was at Bakefest UK, it won Bakery Flavour of the Year or something like that. It's an absolutely beautiful flavour. It's like a pastry, kind of cream, all that kind of stuff. Quite a number of flavours. There will be a review on it if you want to stay tuned for that. So all I'm doing is just wetting this up. Sorry, kind of going off camera there. I'm concentrating on doing it from the side. So make sure your cotton's nice and wet. Some of your coils as well. And then that's this. So what's this coming out at? So this is 0.13 that's coming out at. Hopefully you can see there. 0.13. I've got it on the E-Square DNA 60. And I've got it at 60 watts. And hopefully, you'll see, works away just a treat. So, the threading, as I was saying on this. Now, when you put it on, just be careful you don't catch your cotton there. And then you start spinning. Now, you can hear, I don't know how well you can pick up, but it's crunchy, really crunchy. Like it's really annoying. And another thing you'll notice is, hopefully you'll notice anyway, the gap is uneven all the way around. So the tank kind of sits like the Leaning Tower of Pisa as well. So it sits a tad squint, which is a bit annoying. But anyway, we'll get it filled up and we'll come up for some FaceTime, tell you what I think about it, and then all the pros, cons and price, all that kind of stuff. So guys, that was a Kindbright RTA, up close and personal. I'm just filling it up just now with that Tom House. This is a 80 VG I believe, or a 70. I'll have a little look in a second for you. So we'll just fill this up. That should do for the review. This is a 6mg 85 VG 15 PG. So yeah, we'll have a little go at this. It's 6 milligrams, so it might be a little bit coffee for me. So, over on Free F Vape is where Paul from Vape Don't Smoke, who sent me this, got it from. Oh, a little bit dull there. So, this is $11.99 on Free F Vape, which means we can get it for around about £10 delivered, which is cheaper than most fags. But yeah, a couple of things I didn't mention down below. The height of it, I don't know if this is including the drip tip, but the height of it is 46.6 millimeters. It's a 24 millimeter in diameter. The Pyrex tank, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Now, we'll start taking a little vape of it. Now, the dual fused Claptons have come out at 0.13 and we've got it at 60 watts, so that should do lovely. And that's not too bad for a 6 milligram, you know. Still a tiny bit throaty. I'm used to my 3 milligrams. The only reason I have 6 milligrams is because I like to use them in the little Berserker RTA, mouth to lung RTA. Got a review of that coming as well. Let's take a little drink of my diluent. Oh, that's better. So, now, as you probably guessed down at the close-ups, there's a lot of negatives to this, and I mean a lot of them. So we'll start off with them. Negatives is the build quality is absolutely terrible. There's no other way of putting it. Some bits of it are nice, some bits of it are absolutely terrible. Some of the worst machining I've ever seen before at all. That top bit there is razor sharp. It really is. I mean, if you're using it, you can feel it sitting against your lips. So sometimes when I've been bringing it up, you can rub it across and it does kind of hurt a little bit. The airflow is good and bad. I mean, there's some good points to it, there's some bad points to it. The threading, oh Jesus Christ, the threading on the top fill method is shockingly bad. I mean, it crunches, you can hear it catching, you can hear it missing a thread. The threading on the actual chimney section as well, that's a bit hit or miss. The last one that Paul got, this was his second one. The first one that he got was absolutely shocking. It was that bad, he took a hammer to it because the threading was that shit. It is sitting kind of squint. It's not sitting absolutely perfect, which bugs the absolute tits off me. I despise that with a passion. Another thing as well, when he got it, when I got it anyway, under the airflow, if you look through, I seen an O-ring hanging down. It was half on, half off, so I had to take the deck apart, fix that back on. And when I was taking the deck apart, I seen little tiny flakes of that gold plating kind of come off, which was kind of worrying as well. I'll leave that at the negatives, right? We'll leave that at the negatives. Positives. For the price, I mean, I suppose for a tenner, or less than a tenner, you can't complain that much for it, obviously. But for all its negatives, the flavour for this thing is fucking awesome. I mean, I use Tom Powell's. I've used it in a dripper a couple of times before I realised it was a 6 milligram. I use it in my Berserker, so I know how it's supposed to taste. In this, it actually tastes as if it's in an RDA. In all honesty, it does. The airflow from it, the airflow is nice as well. It's airy, but it's got a slight resistance to it as well. It's got that slight drag to it, and the way I like to I think it's similar to the recoil RDA when you use the old snakebite ones when it's going down the way. It's kind of like that. It's a tiny bit more. Well, a tiny bit. It's a bit more restrictive than that, but not by a long shot. Every time I've worked it, Now, I'm the world's worst with wicking RTAs. Most RTAs I've had have leaked at one point or another. Can guarantee it because I'm useless at building on them. This one, I have never had leak on me whatsoever. I've never had it leak, and I mean sometimes I've tested it and jam packed the cotton in there, and I have had the odd occasional sign of a dry hit. I've not had a dry hit, but if you put it in there nice and loosely, so it's just under the first couple of threadings, then it should work absolutely fine. Um, so yeah, I mean, personally, in my opinion, I would put up with the negatives for the positives, if that makes any sense. Uh, the little issues with the threading and stuff, I can get around them. Uh, I mean, so far they've not getting any worse. They've stayed the same. If they got worse, then I wouldn't buy it. But they've stayed the same, and I've used this for weeks now. I mean, honestly, it has been weeks. And I've had build after build in there. I've had cutlass coils in there. Check him out. Link down in the description below. Facebook group. He's got awesome coils. I've had some of his flat stainless steel wire in there. I've had his alien wires. Now I've got fused claptons in there, and I'm telling you, the flavour every time has been spot on. And it just wicks and wicks away. And the good thing about it is, if you take the 510, the 810 drip tip out, if you look down it, you won't be able to see it too good because of the light. But you can actually see down to see if your cotton is wicking properly. Now that was midget cotton I was using in there. Nice and loosely kind of packed, not overly tight, and it's wicking away fine. You can see it's soaking up. The coils are still wet even though that's hit after hit. I mean, even if I sit... Oh, better remember that's a 6. It's still soaking. It's still nice and wet in there, so not a sign of a dry hit, so absolutely perfect. And as far as the 810 drip tips, this is a DHD drip tip, and that fits in there, but because it's a slightly longer one, it sits up at the top. But most ones I've put on it fit absolutely perfect. So yeah, for me, I would definitely put up with the negatives for the positives. The flavour from it, the airflow, I mean, it's just amazing. Everything that you put in it tastes the way it does when you've got it in a dripper. That's the only way I can explain it. If you've used a dripper, or if you're not want to use a dripper because you don't like the dripping all the time, then I would recommend getting one of them. For a tenner, guys, it's hit or miss. Some of them come perfect, some of them come bad, some of them come like that. It's just hit or miss, but for a tenner I think it's worth it, in all honesty. If you get a bad one, you can always send it back and get them to send you another one. So yeah, definitely worth it. What I'm going to do is I'll leave a couple links down below. I'll leave one to 3F Vape, I'll leave one to Vaping 101, which is in the UK. I think he did it for, it was around about £14 I think anyway. And I'll leave a link down to Paul's review, Vape Don't Smoke, check his one out. He goes a lot more into detail with it. I just covered the kind of basics, really. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks very much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, then sorry, there's nothing I can do. Feel free to give it a thumbs down if you want. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.